All right, how to really train your core, part 2, focus number 3. We're going to look at rotational strength through movement. So I got my kettlebell. We're going to go into Mason twist. Mason twist. I personally like to keep my feet on the ground. When I lift my feet, we start activating a lot of hip flexors. I don't love that. So I'm going to go feet on the ground, slightly lean back. Now we want to try to maintain that same hollow position. So I kind of roll that pelvic back. I'm leaning back here. I got my abs engaged. I don't want to be arched like this. I want to actually kind of tuck and engage the abs. Same thing that we've been talking about all day. I have my weight or my kettlebell here. I can do this with no weight and go touch, 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 or weight, touch the ground, touch the ground. I'm trying to rotate those shoulders. I'm drawing my stomach in towards my spine, my ribs down, and I'm going to touch. Try to get that good rotation. Touch. Relax your toes. If you notice your feet flexed, that's a good indicator that your hip flexors are working. So if I'm here, that's a lot of hip flexors. I'll relax my feet and put it in my abs. The other one I can do if I just have a chair. In this case, I'll use my ball. I'm going to sit up tall, seated rotations. Nice and tight stomach. I want to be up tall, draw my stomach in, and I'm going to rotate. I don't have to have weight. I can just work here and try to really engage. You can start to feel. I want to put my hands on my obliques, on my abdominals, and feel that contraction as I rotate, or I hold my weight and I rotate. I can drop, up, start to add a little bit of extra in like that if I want. Then we have our tall kneeling rotations. So dynamic exercise here. So in part 1, we looked at that kneeling hip flexor stretch, where we focused on that pelvic tilt to get that hip flexor stretch versus that tilt forward, and then that allows me to stretch. That's just my low back compensating. But if I pelvic tilt, then I can really feel that stretch there. So weight or no weight, pelvic tilt, hold that stretch. I'm going to turn pocket, reach tall, pocket, reach tall. I use my weight on the pocket. I hold that pelvic tilt, reach tall. This is a lot of hip stability, because if I'm wobbling around as I rotate, that shows me that lack of hip stability. Reach tall. Don't try to over rotate to where we fall over. Just reach up in the opposite direction. You do both sides.